Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Mrs. Taylor's math class. Tonight, we are coming to you tonight with another set of GED sample questions, or the GED math sample questions. This time, the questions are coming from mometrics.com. They have a sample test on there, so I just pulled some of their questions to do for you tonight. So if you know anyone who is in the process of studying to get their GED, you can send them my way. Let them reference, you can reference the videos I have done previously. They can find the videos here on YouTube and here on Facebook and also on YouTube. So without further ado, let's get started with some sample questions. So here is the first one. It says if 10x plus 2 is equal to 7, what is the value of 2x? So with this question, the first thing you need to do is figure out what's the value of x before you can evaluate the expression 2 times x. So we're going to solve this equation for x. So we have 10x plus 2 is equal to 7. We're going to subtract 2 from both sides of our equation. That makes a zero pair on the left side. You're left with 10x, and then on the left hand side, and then 7 minus 2 is going to get you 5. Divide both sides by 10. And so x is equal to 5 over 10, or you can simplify this to 1/2. To simplify that to 1/2, you would divide the 5 by 5 and the 10 by 5, and that'll get you your 1/2. So that's how we got that. Now, what is the value of 2x? So 2x is equal to 2 times 1/2, which is you're multiplying a whole number and a fraction, which you could just make your whole number into a fraction by putting it over 1. And you're left with 2 times 1, which is 2. 1 times 2 is 2, and you have your 1. So we'll say this is our answer. For the next question, it says a long distance runner does a first lap around a track in exactly 50 seconds. As she tires, each subsequent lap takes 20% longer than the previous one. How long does she take to run 3 laps? So the first lap, our first lap took 50 seconds. Now the second lap is going to be 50 seconds plus 20% of 50 seconds. So let's say 50 times 20%. So let's calculate that first. So this is going to be 50 plus, and 20% times 50 is going to get you 10. Now in the calculator, how you put this into the calculator, you would just type in 50 times and then 0.2. Okay, and when you do that, you should get 10. So the second lap took her 60 seconds. Now let's talk about the third lap. For the third lap, you're going to take your 60 seconds plus 20% of that 60. And again, you're going to say 60 plus 60 times 0.2 into your calculator. And so that should give you 12. So the third lap took her 72 seconds. Now, how long does she take to run 3 laps? So let's add up our total. This is the total time. And so we have 50 plus 60, which is 110, plus 72, which is 182. So 182 seconds. And that's what we have here. Okay, for the next question, it says a number n is multiplied by 3. The result is the same as when n is divided by 3. What is the value of n? So to do this question, let's just take the first sentence. N is multiplied by 3. It's multiplied by 3. This result is the same as, that means it's equal to when n is divided by 3. Okay? So now we have to figure out, well, what is going to be the value of n? In order to do that, let me rewrite this as 3n is equal to n over 3. So to do this, you would have to actually set this equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract n minus 3 on both sides. No, it may look weird, but it'll be all right in the end. So you have 3n minus n over 3 is equal to 0. Now, this problem here, or this expression, you could put over 1 and find a common denominator, which needs to be 3. So multiply your top and the bottom by 3. So now you have 9n over 3 minus n over 3 is equal to 0. Well, this is a 1n. So what is 9 minus 1? That's going to give me 8. So let's go up here. So this is going to be 8n over 3 is equal to 0. To solve this type of question, you need to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. But if you're looking at this problem, you probably already know the answer is going to be 0. But just in case you didn't, let's multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So let's say multiply both sides of the equation by the reciprocal. So 8 over 3, the reciprocal is 3 over 8. So I'm going to say 3 over 8 here, 3 over 8 here. And on this side, they cross out to equal 1. So n is equal to 0. And that's that. Let's keep going. Alright, next question. It says, which of the following equations satisfies the 5 sets of numbers shown in the above table? Okay, now, if you're going to take the GED and if you're truly studying, some stuff you just need to know, like offhand. You just really need to know this. When I look at this table, first off, understand it's the y values are up top, the x values are on the bottom. Usually it's x of y, but either way, I guess they're trying to make sure you're paying attention. When I look at this table, I know that my y-intercept is going to be right here. And the reason why I know that because the value of x is 0. So when the value of x is 0, then the y value is the y-intercept. Okay, so I know that my y-intercept is going to be 4. I'm looking at these questions here. First off, this question doesn't even make sense. This answer, there are 2 equal signs in there. Get rid of that. We don't need that. And then here it says y equals 2x. If I plug in a 3 here, my y value is going to come out to be a 6. So I already know that's not going to be my answer because it's supposed to be a 31. So I'm going to get rid of this one. If I plug in a 3 here, let's test this out. 3 times 3 is going to give me 9, plus 1 is going to give me 10. That's not going to be 1. Now this one has a plus 4. That's a good indication that this might be the right answer. But let's look at the last answer choice. If I put 3 into 6, 3 times 6 is going to give me 18. I'm supposed to get 31. So this is not a good choice. So it's going to be this one. But if you were to test out these points, all of them, you would get, if you plug in the x value into your equation, you would get the y value. So for instance, so as an example, when x is equal to -2, it's going to be y equals -2 cubed plus 4. That's going to get me -8 plus 4, which equals -4. And that's what we have here. So check, that works. Let's try another one. Let's plug in x equals 4. And when I plug in x equals 4, my y value has to come out to be a 68. So I say y is equal to 4 cubed plus 4. So 4 cubed is really 4 times 4 times 4. That is 64 plus 4. And so y is equal to 68. So this is a good answer choice. Y equals x cubed plus 4 works for all the values in the table. Okay, so it says if x squared minus 4 is equal to 45, then x could be equal to, and we need to figure this out. So let's see what the value of x is. So we have x squared minus 4 is equal to 45. If I add 4 to both sides, I get x squared is equal to 49. Now with this, you have to create two equations. You're going to get two answers, okay? When I take the square root of x squared and set that equal to the square root of 49, I get two answers for x. I get x equal to plus 7 and x is equal to -7, because 7 times 7 is 49, and -7 times -7 is also 49. So both of these answers are good answers for the value of x. Now, if you're looking at your answer choices, they only have the -7 as one of your answer choices. So that's the one we're going to select. Okay? Whoa, did too much. Okay, next question. So here it says determine the volume of a rectangular box with a length of 5 inches and a height of 7 inches and a width of 9 inches. So, rectangular box. You don't have to draw the box, but I like drawing them. They say the length is 5 inches. The height is 7 inches. And the width is going to be 9 inches. So to find the volume of a rectangular box, it is going to be the length times the width times the height. So really you're just multiplying all three of the numbers together. 5 times 7 times 9. So 5 times 7 is 35 times 9, 45, and then you get 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So this is going to be 315 cubic inches. All right, let's keep going. It says, what is the greatest integer value of y which 5y minus 20 is less than 0? So let's solve our inequality for y. So I have 5y minus 20 is less than 0. So I need to add 20 to both sides. And I get my 0 pair, and I'm left with 5y is less than 20. Then I need to divide both sides by 5. And so you have y is less than 4. So which is the greatest integer value that I can have? Well, integer is a number that is, it could be positive. It's a whole number that could be positive or negative. So there are no decimals, there's no fractions, okay? So the numbers that are true for this inequality are anything less than 4. So the next integer that's less than a 4 is going to be a 3. So I'm going to select 3. I wouldn't put 4, I wouldn't pick 5. 4 is equal to 4, but they don't have an equal to sign here. 5 is bigger than 4, so we don't want that. So the next one, the integer right below 4, that's listed as our answer choice, is 3. So that's the one that I pick. Now, 1 and 2 are good answers for this question, but it's not the greatest value for the integer. Okay, next one. It says which equation is represented by the graph shown below. Now, again, if you're studying for the GED, some stuff you just need to know. Looking at this graph, the easiest thing to pick out is the y-intercept. So this is my y-axis. This is the y-axis. And just as a reference, the red line is my x-axis. Okay? Now, if you're looking, the graph, and I'm going to highlight it in yellow, where is it crossing the y-axis? It's crossing the y-axis at 2. So that's a positive 2. So all of these equations are in the format y equals mx plus b. And this is called the slope-intercept form. So all of the equations listed in your answer choice are in the slope-intercept form. And B, first off, M stands for your slope, and B stands for your y-intercept. Okay, so looking at this, you want your y-intercept to be a positive number. Well, it's positive here, here, and here. So I'm going to get rid of the answer B and D because those have negative y-intercepts, okay? So now let's talk about how do you know which one to pick now. When you're looking at this particular graph, you need to know that this has a negative slope. So this graph or this line has a negative slope. And how do I know that? To get from one place in the line to the next place, let's say I'm going down here, I need to go down, which is a negative number, and then I need to go to the right, which is a positive number. Now, when you are working with fractions and you have a negative number and a positive number, your answer is going to be a negative number. Okay? So that number is going to represent my slope. And that's how I know I have a negative slope. So looking at my answer choices, this slope here is positive. So I don't want that. This slope here is positive as well. So I don't want that. So that leaves me with my last choice, which is y equals negative 5/3 x plus 2. Okay? So if you study for the GED, some stuff you just need to know. Okay, so this is going to be my last question for tonight. So this question says, for the number set 7, 12, 5, 16, 23, 44, 18, 9, and z, which of the following values could be equal to z if z is the median of the set? Median of a set of number means the middle number. So let's make sure we understand the definition here. This is the middle number. The middle number of your data. So what we need to do is let's put these numbers in order from least to greatest. So how many numbers do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And with Z it makes 9. So let's make 9 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the reason why I make these spaces, I want to show you where the middle number is going to be. The middle number in this case is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this number here is going to be my median or my middle number. So if the middle number is, if Z represents my middle number, I'm going to go ahead and put Z right here. Now let's put these numbers in order from least to greatest. Alright, so the first number is 5, and then 7, and 9, and 12, and then there's my middle number, which I don't know what it is, and then after that, the next biggest number is going to be 16, then 18, 23, and 44. Okay, so now if I'm going to pick a median, it needs to be in between 12 and 16. So let's look at our answer choices. 17, too high. 14 is good. 21, too high. 11, too low. 12, no. So it has to be 14. Okay, dokie. Well, that is it for tonight. Thank you for coming and visiting Mrs. Taylor's math class on another Monday night. And I will see you next Monday. If you know anyone who is interested in learning more about a GED or any other math that they need help with, to send them my way. I do offer private tutoring, and they can find my videos here on Facebook and on YouTube. So that is all for tonight. So ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.